Today's problem to fix is this ice maker. It's slowly dying. I know it's dying because on the rare occasions that it does make ice, it makes this squeaking noise, and then there's the sound of water. It's really loud. And this happens, icicles. I am constantly removing icicles. This ice maker, in my opinion, has seen better days. I typed in the model number to this refrigerator into Amazon, but that really didn't get me a lot of results when it came to ice makers. I knew I needed a part number to help me search, so I went to Google and typed this in. And then I clicked on this website. From here I clicked ice maker. With this part number for the ice maker, I'm going to type that into Amazon and it's going to give me better search results. And it did. I didn't buy the most expensive one, but I didn't get the cheapest one either. I wanted one where I could return if I had any problems. This is what I got in the box. The new ice maker, the wire cover, the wiring, and the instructions. And if you can use these instructions to install your ice maker, then what are you doing here? Because I sure couldn't. I didn't need a lot of stuff for this project, but here it is. And the star of the tools is the 1/4 inch nut driver. You're definitely gonna need one of these, definitely. Begin by disconnecting the power and turn everything off. The service door comes off next. But before that, I'm going to tape down this flipper cover. That's really annoying. I'm just going to tape it down. So we're going to lift up the door, but not all the way. For some reason it gets stuck on something, so bring it down just a little bit. Then get your fingernail and then put it into that slot and move it a little bit to the left, but don't force anything. These are plastic parts. Lift it out, then close it just a tad and then move it to the left. Then carefully slide the door out. Oh my gosh, that was just the door. Is everything else going to be as complicated? Hey, you're saving money doing it yourself. You can do this. Using your 1/4 inch nut driver, loosen the screw that's holding down the ice maker and the wire cover. Put that screw someplace safe, like in a bowl, because you're going to need it later. Now that the screw is out, I can now remove the wire cover. And I'm going to reuse this wire cover. I'm not going to use that small one that came with the new ice maker. Using a standard screwdriver, I'm going to push in these tabs. That allows me to slide the ice maker off its rails. Be careful here because there might be water in the ice maker. Once it's off its rails, next is to disconnect the wiring harness. I used my fingernail to release the locking tab on the wire harness plug and pulled the wire harness out of the plug. You can also use the standard screwdriver to release that locking tab. This is the old ice maker upside down. Using the 1/4 inch nut driver, I'm going to remove these 3 screws that are holding down the base mounting plate. You need to transfer this original plate to the new ice maker. But don't transfer it just yet, because first I have to set up the new one. There are 2 parts that I kept from the original ice maker. The base mounting plate, of course, and then the wire cover. This is a good time to compare the old with the new. The new ice maker is on top, and as you can see, it comes with this wire shutoff arm. The original didn't come with that part, and that's not the only difference. So take a look at this. This is the old one, and it is so much heavier. I don't know if it's new technology or cheaper parts. Probably cheaper parts. I don't know why these instructions are here, because they were useless. In this video I switched the ice makers. Of course the old one's on top and the new one's on the bottom. Next, I have to attach the new wires to the new ice maker. But first, I'm going to tape up these wires just like they did on the original one. Making sure that you have the black wire on top and the green on the bottom, we're going to get ready to snap this wire in. Why do I keep saying we are? You got a mouse in your pocket? This is what the plug looks like that we're working with now. Okay, don't do that. Don't hold the wires like that. Quit holding them like that. Hold them by the plastic part instead. There you go. Hear that snap? That's what you want to hear. Okay, next we're going to snap in this thermal fuse. And try not to touch it. I don't know what it does, but don't touch it. Hey, quit touching it. Hold it by the sides and just snap it in. Now finally, this is where I can attach the base mounting plate to the new ice maker. So I have to snake this wire in through that little hole there. So I'm going to stand the new ice maker up and then snake in this wire carefully through. Now that the wire harness is set up, let's get this going. Line up the holes and put those 3 screws in, but don't over tighten. So I had a little trouble attaching the screws like this. I tried to turn it at an angle and that worked a little better. But what really worked best is just laying it down flat. One thing you should never do is over tighten. The cheap parts today, you know, they just can't take it. Sometimes the original is the best. And that's the case with this wire cover. This is the new one that came with the new ice maker. Yeah, that's a piece of junk. So we're going with the original. Okay, this is it. This is where we attach the wire harness from the new ice maker into the connecting plug of the refrigerator. This is what the wire harness looks like from the new ice maker. I am going to attach those 2 wires together. And yeah, you should have taped down that flipper door. Snap! This is how it should look. Yeah, once again, you should have really taped down that flipper door. So this is where I take the new ice maker and slide it on to the rails. As I'm sliding in the new ice maker, I knew I had to be mindful to position that black rubber fill tube, that black rubber thing coming from the top. Make sure it's positioned into the cup. But as I was doing this, I had some trouble because the wires in the back were in the way and wouldn't allow me to push in the new ice maker. So I had to reach in and move those wires ever so gently out of the way. That black rubber thing coming from the top of the refrigerator is called the fill tube, and that's where the water comes from that makes the ice. I was glad finally that the wires were out of the way and the new ice maker slid into place. But as you can see, not all the locking tabs snapped into place. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Time to put on the wire cover. This is going to be good. Just when I think it's on, no worries, the screw will hold it in place. Here I'm turning clockwise to tighten. The wire cover is on and it's looking good. This wire part on the ice maker is called the shutoff arm. To make ice, make sure that arm is down. Okay, I don't know why, but for me, the hardest part for this DIY was taking off and putting on this stupid door. Come on, this is the last part. Let's get it done.
So slide it back, and then slide it down. And then this part, you have to close it a little and then slide it in. My finger in the way again? Oh.
Nope.
Time to get this stuff back in. From turning everything back on, it took about 2 hours for this ice maker to start making ice. Okay, this is the next day and everything is working out a-okay. Now that is a good sound.
Oh my God, is it right or left? I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, there. I can see it with the camera. Ooh, the camera actually helps.